Imagine if you could understand what people are thinking before they even say a word. What if you could influence someone's decisions, emotions, and reactions without forcing them? Your boss, your friends, strangers, even your crush. This isn't magic. This is psychology. The same psychological principles used by powerful leaders, negotiators, and influencers to guide people's behavior without them even noticing. And in this video, you'll discover 5 dark psychology techniques that can turn an ordinary person into a powerful influencer. But before we begin, a quick warning. This video is for educational purposes only. These techniques are powerful, and when used unfairly, they can manipulate people. So use this knowledge responsibly, because once you understand these principles, you might start seeing human behavior very differently. Trick number 5, the reverse trap. Humans have a strange habit. We often want the exact thing we're told not to do. It's a simple psychological truth, and when you understand it, you can guide people's actions without directly asking them. Think about this. If someone tells you, "Don't look behind you," what is the very first thing your brain wants to do? Look behind you. That is the reverse trap. Instead of forcing someone to do something, you create a situation where their curiosity or ego pushes them to do it themselves. For example, imagine you want your friend to help you with something. If you say, "Hey bro, can you help me with this?" They might ignore it. They might refuse. But instead, imagine saying this: "I actually had something to ask you, but forget it. It's probably too difficult for you." Now something interesting happens. Their ego gets triggered. Suddenly they want to prove themselves. They might respond with something like, "What do you mean I can't do it? Of course I can." And just like that, they volunteered. You never forced them, but the outcome was exactly what you wanted. That's the power of the reverse trap. Trick number 4, the illusion of choice. Most people believe they make decisions freely, but in reality, people usually choose from the options placed in front of them. The real power lies in designing the choices. For example, if you ask your friend, "Do you want to go out?" They might say no, but if you ask, "Should we go to Pizza Hut or Domino's?" Now the situation changes. They feel like they are making the decision, but the result was already decided. They're going out with you. This technique is used everywhere. Politicians use it, brands use it, marketers use it. For example, buy one, get one free, or buy 2 and get 50% off. It feels like you're choosing the best deal, but the real goal was simply to make you buy something. People don't always want total freedom. They prefer controlled choices, where their ego still feels respected. Control the options, and you control the decision. Trick number 3, the guilt trigger. Guilt is one of the most powerful emotions in human psychology. People often resist pressure, but when they feel guilty, they start correcting their behavior on their own. For example, imagine your friend keeps promising to meet you, but always cancels. If you say, "You never make time for me," they might become defensive, but if you calmly say, "I understand. Maybe if I was more important, you'd find the time." Now something changes. They begin to feel guilty. Suddenly they want to explain themselves. They might apologize. They might try to make it up to you. You didn't force them. You simply placed an emotional mirror in front of them, and they corrected their own behavior. Trick number 2, emotional hijacking. Most people believe decisions are made with logic, but psychology shows something different. Most decisions are actually driven by emotion, and whoever controls emotions controls the decision. This is called emotional hijacking. It happens when someone makes a decision while experiencing strong emotions like fear, anger, love, shock, or pride. For example, when politicians give speeches, they rarely focus only on facts. Instead, they trigger emotions: fear, hope, anger, pride. Once people emotionally connect with the message, their decisions follow that emotion. That's why people often make choices they later regret, because in that moment, emotion took control. People rarely remember your logic, but they always remember how you made them feel. Trick number 1, the power of silence. psychology reveals something very interesting. Silence is power. Imagine this situation. You make a mistake. Your mom starts shouting at you. But when you face your father, he says nothing. He just looks at you. And suddenly, the tension feels even stronger. Why? Because silence forces the brain to fill the gaps. When someone stays silent, the other person starts imagining possibilities. They feel discomfort. They feel pressure. Sometimes even guilt. Many people think the strongest person in the room is the one who talks the most. But in reality, the strongest person is often the one who observes and listens. For example, if you want someone to reveal the truth, don't keep talking. Simply say, "I already know what happened." And then, stay silent. The longer the silence lasts, the more pressure builds, and many people eventually reveal the truth themselves. Silence creates psychological dominance. When used correctly, these psychological techniques can help you understand people better and influence situations more effectively. But remember, true power isn't about controlling others unfairly. It's about understanding human behavior. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to subscribe to TheStuckFix so you don't miss future psychology videos.